good morning, good morning. This is Mr. J. Diamond, Jackie, Deja, Jacqueline Richardson, whatever y'all call me. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing well. Today I want to talk about Private Friend Incorporated. I can tell y'all a little bit about what we do and what we have evolved in since Private Friend Incorporated existed. Private Friend Incorporated is now 9 years old. As of May, we'll be 9 years old. I forfeited my nonprofit organization in Maryland, and now Private Friend Incorporated belongs to Charlotte, North Carolina. Well, North Carolina, not Charlotte, North Carolina, but North Carolina. Reason being is because I couldn't get back up there. It was just too much work. I was going through trying to build the label, and it's just too much work for one person. Okay. It's crazy how my colleagues in the music industry thought that I had help. I don't. Okay. I do all of this stuff by myself. And it's becoming stressful. I'm tired, I have other things I have to do before I can move forward in anything else. When I started this business, I had contacted 50 Cent, okay, via phone, via fax. He invited me out. He and Jim Jones invited me out to Jersey to a party, and I'm not really into the party scene like that. Okay, I used to be back when I was younger. That would have been Deja. She used to stay in the clubs and stay in the bars and do partying, okay? That's just what it is. Okay, party. But I was young then. Okay. As we grow, as we get older, we grow. And I turned my life over to Christ, okay? And that's just the bottom line, okay? I stopped drinking. I stopped smoking weed. I tried to live my life stable and work and, do things the right way. However, when my son decided he wanted to go into the music industry and 50 Cent decided he wanted to help, he realized that I wasn't the club type because I came to the area, and let me tell y'all, it was just so funny, y'all. I drove to Jersey. I'm going to tell y'all this real quick, and then I'll go back into, y'all know I always got to tell y'all a story about some stuff. I get to Jersey. I drove from Maryland to Jersey, which is only like about an hour and a half away. And I get lost. I'm lost. I don't know where I'm at. So I'm going in circles. So the cops pull me over, right? It was funny. And she said, well, we see you're not from this area. And I'm like, well, what did I do, And she said, you're not from this area. I see your plates. She said, but give me a minute. Let me just run your plates. So she ran my plates, so everything was good. And she said, now, where are you going? I said, I'm supposed to be meeting 50 Cent at the bar, at the club over here. She said, well, what's the name of the club? So she said, oh, okay. She said, well, follow me. Just follow me. I'll take you there. I said, okay. So it was me and my son. So she escorted us to the club. When I got there, she got out and she said, this is it right here. You're here. Just find a parking spot. So I was like honored, because I got a police escort to the club. I'm like, okay, I see 50. And Jim, I was like, okay, I see y'all. But when I got there, I'm like, okay, it's too many people here. I am not going in this club. I can't do this. And I was like, looking at my son, like, okay, I know you said you want to do this, but I need these guys to help me, but I don't want to go in this club, son, and then you too young to go in the club. So we wind up getting back in the car. I did go in, but it was just so many people, and then it had a second level, okay? And I'm like, okay, I don't know where the exits are. I don't know what's going on in this club to just be going in this club without scanning the club via daytime, I come from the era of the Happy Land club that burnt down. And it always sticks in my mind, don't go into certain clubs if you don't know the exits, if you don't know what's going on. And it was just too many people. When I used to go to the clubs in New York and in Buffalo, I would go there sometime before a whole bunch of people get there, so I'm able to scan and look and see my exits and how I've always been safety first because a lot of things happen. Not only that, I don't know if y'all remember when Diddy had a concert in New York, and a friend of mine, I was supposed to go with her from Park Avenue, and she was asking me if I was going to go, and I was like, I don't know. I kept feeling like, no, I shouldn't go. But I wanted to go. I really wanted to go to this concert that he had. And I told her, nah, I'm not going to go. And I went home and went to bed. When I get those uneasy feelings, I always go to sleep. And I woke up later that evening, and I went back to the block, got dressed and went back on the block. And that's when they told me that she had died, okay? And it didn't happen once, but twice, So when something happens to me or surrounding me 2 times, I always take heed. That's me following the Holy Spirit, because I could have been with her. And she had asthma and she was trampled, okay? And y'all know I got bronchitis, so if I would have got trampled, I would have died as well, So with that being said, this is why I don't just go into any clubs, and y'all need to understand that. When you face or been around tragedies, it affects you for the rest of your life, and it also affects the way you think. It affects the way you move. It just affects you, okay? Once 50 saw that I wasn't going to come to the club, he didn't know why. But once he saw that, he set a date for a book signing and invited me out there. He didn't want me with the crowd, even though I did get with the crowd, but he didn't want me with the crowd. He wanted me sitting on the side, pretty much watching how things go in the industry. He knew that I was in a book, so he knew that was one of my things that I was going to be doing was writing books. So it was a good learning experience for me, but I wanted to be on both sides of the fence. In other words, watching and learning, but also being a part of the fan base that come to see you and how to treat them. I didn't agree with a lot of things, the way they did things, but, they've been in this game for a very long time, be a superstar, okay? So I always take heed to what they was teaching me, and what 50 was teaching me. I decided to give up because it was getting very stressful and I was trying to build my business, Private Friend Incorporated. Okay. People was calling me late at night. Because, in other countries, times are different, And then it was just other people calling late at night. Just trying to see what the business was, Shout out to Lil Wayne. He's the first one, okay, that acknowledged Private Friend Incorporated, liked the page. He wasn't the first one. He was the first superstar that liked the page and understood what I was trying to do with Private Friend Incorporated. Janet Jackson is another one that took notice to Private Friend Incorporated. Okay? And tried to help a little, not even knowing me. She didn't even know me. But based on what I was trying to put out there, she understood 100%. The business was designed for, how can I put it, to help people. It's hard especially with superstars, it's hard for superstars to get out, go to counseling when they need it, to talk to somebody, because sometimes they be on tour and they can't leave and they really feeling uneasy and they really need to holler out to somebody and get these feelings off of them, okay? But then we realized it wasn't only them, but they was the first ones to like it, so I knew they knew what I was trying to do, okay? Once 50 starts seeing that, he's like, I guess he was saying to himself, like, she might be on to something. So this is when I got notice to send over the proposal. Okay, I wanted 50 Cent to be the face of Private Friend Incorporated, being that the stars liked it. Okay. Lover, I sent over the proposal. I sent over everything that G Unit needed, because they had an office in New York, but something must have happened and the office closed down. I went to New York to see what was going on. Could never really find out what was going on. Meanwhile, I decided to help 50 Cent. Okay, so he can help me. However, it didn't work for the Private Friend Incorporated, but it worked for the music, okay? Because that was the initial reason of me coming to him. So he helped me with the music, and G-Unit helped me with the music. Then other people started taking notice because I was still that same one that was trying to put forth Private Friend Incorporated to help, the stars. And more people start seeing it. However, me knowing the way nonprofits work, because I used to do nonprofit work up in Buffalo, New York, I just wasn't legal. Okay, I would do stuff in the community for the kids and, give back and all kind of stuff. But I just wasn't legal. I didn't have a business license. So once I got the business license, it was a new thing for me. I had to figure out the rules, and I kept hearing different things in Maryland about how the feds be looking at the people because they be doing all kind of craziness, and got the nonprofit and stealing money or selling drugs and just doing all kind of things, and that gives them a red flag. So I was like, oh God, so I got to make sure everything is legit, because I don't want to be one of those people, okay? So it was like God was teaching me along the way. I don't know if y'all saw the video I did on Instagram with 50 Cent's voice saying, you have to learn this stuff as you go. You have to pick up the pieces. It's real. You have to pick up the pieces as you go, because everybody goes through something different, because everybody, they don't know what to do in actuality. And people wind up losing their nonprofits. However, a lot of people say, "Oh, you're being slow. Pick up the speed with your business. Pick up the speed." But learning was the number one key. Okay, so I can do it right. I have to watch others to make sure I get mine right so I won't be like them. Knowledge is the key. That was the number one factor for me. Learning what I needed to do. Okay? Meanwhile, as y'all know, Ms. JJ Entertainment is a doing business as under Private Friend Incorporated. It's been a doing business as since day one. Okay, everyone knows this. Okay? Once I got to that point of understanding how to run the business through the music and with it being a nonprofit, and people start helping me. Shout out to Meek Mills. He was the closest to me at the time because he was right there in Philly. I was talking to him on Facebook. But he didn't know that I had already touched base with 50 Cent. He didn't know that once 50 learned about what I was doing, not 50. I'm going in circles right now. Then I went over to California. Okay, went over to California. Once Chris Brown heard about what I was doing, and I gave him my book. I wanted him to give the book to his mom because she's older, and she's a woman. So the book was called 101 Wounded, Survive, and Thrive. 101 women in the book that's been through things and fought those battles and came up out of them. And those are the stories. So I gave him the book to get to his mom, but evidently he must have read the book himself or looked at the book, saw my story, and said, okay, I want to help too, okay? I'm going to investigate, see who she is, blah, blah, blah. And this is when the word got out. This is when they say the streets talk, well, the stars talk too, okay? The word got out, and it got out fast. So now everybody wants to help. How can we help you build this business? This music label plus build Private Friend Incorporated for what it needs to be. Okay? Now, in order to do exactly what I wanted to do for Private Friend Incorporated, I need at least $10 million easy. Because I have to hire people. I have to have like a warehouse setting. I have to have all these different type of phones. I have to be able to market it and put the numbers everywhere you ever seen where they have suicide hotlines and stuff like that. And you'll call the hotlines and you have to be on hold. Okay? You can't be on hold when you're feeling uneasy. So everyone needs to get a person right away. Long story short, I would need a very, very big organization to get that going. It didn't work because I didn't have the money and nobody had the funding to give it to me. So we put that to the side and start working on the music. But Private Friend Incorporated still exists. Maybe one day, 10 years from now, I will actually be able to put that blueprint together and get Private Friend Incorporated together for the people. Well, I took Private Friend Incorporated into the community. I said, okay, well, we ain't got money for that, so I'm going into the community and do nonprofit stuff because this is what I like to do. I always done nonprofit stuff since I was a youngin'. I started out in the Bronx on 153rd Street. Me and my son's father put an event together for the kids before they went back to school. Me and him did that together. And we had a great outcome. And that's what drove me to go further. Okay, and when I got to Buffalo, I got even bigger. And now that I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina, well, Maryland, I did some work in Maryland as well. And then now I'm here in North Carolina. Okay. So my nonprofit name or community name goes a long way because I've been doing this for a long time. However, my significant other, ex-significant other, didn't understand what I was doing. Of course, because he's not business. 1, 2, he's never did any community work. 3, he just ain't into it. That's just what it is, okay? He started watching me, he's the type he has to learn by watching, okay? But he doesn't have paperwork like I do, so anything he would do is pretty much under me. But then y'all know I have family members that is out of whack, okay? They are, they do a lot of negative things. I'm going to just put it there, okay? And when you have a nonprofit, you can't have all that chaos and rigmarole. Reason being is because the people look at you. Listen, let me tell you something. I had a friend in New York that I had met. His mother, it was a congresswoman. And she put her son out because he was going to jail. He got in trouble doing, I forgot what he did, but he got in trouble and it was a big, big mess. He was in the paper. And she put him out her house because she didn't want to lose her Congress spot. It's not that we hate you people, meaning our family members that's out of whack and doing all kind of wrong stuff. But when you are in the public eye, okay, you can't have all that rigmarole because it hurts the business or it hurts your title. Okay, and that's what people need to understand. Families need to understand this. When you have one family member that's in the public eye, you have to try and do things right or stay away. Okay, that's just like I told my ex-significant other. Do things right, please. Because we're being watched every single day of our lives. Every single day of our lives, we're being watched. Not only because we're a nonprofit, because every nonprofit is being watched. But we're a nonprofit and we're rolling with the stars. So we are being watched extra heavy. So please, watch what you do. Don't let your impulses get the best of you. Either you in or you out. Okay? So now I'm losing even relationships because of my dream of my business. Because they don't understand if you would live a normal lifestyle, you won't have to worry about anything. But you want to go outside the box and do all kind of other stuff and put that eye on us. It's not fair to me. And I'm still trying to build the business. The Salvation Army didn't build that business overnight. Okay? And they probably didn't even know what route they wanted to go. The same with the Target organization. That's another nonprofit organization. And so forth and so on for all these other nonprofit organizations. They had investors, they built it, and made it what it was. Okay? I don't have investors. I believe the reason why I don't have investors is because all of the negative people that's in my life. So I try to push them away. But here I sit alone and have to do all of this work by myself. And it makes it hard for me to survive. And I'm just giving it to y'all straight. I designed Diamond Way to help me build revenue for the nonprofit. Technically, the nonprofit actually owns the Diamond Way. because that revenue is to be able to build whatever I needed to build and hold down the nonprofit, just hold the nonprofit organization down, to pay the bills for it, because I've been paying the bills for it. They said, why do you work so much? I have to, because it's bills that come with these businesses. You don't just get a business and think that, okay, well, I'm going to just sit on it and eventually it'll make money for itself. No, things have to be marketed. You got to get information. You got to pay for this and pay for that and pay for everything. And I'm doing this alone. But it's breaking me financially and mentally. So now I'm trying to upgrade my money so that way I can build the Diamond Way, so the Diamond Way can take care of Private Friend Incorporated. Since the people don't want to give Private Friend Incorporated large donations to help, I get donations, but not large donations to help fully fund the nonprofit, meaning pay for the business rents and pay for the lights to stay on, pay for all of this stuff. People say, well, I haven't gotten the office yet, because I will have 2 different bills to pay for. I will have to pay for my own house bills and pay for the office bills too. I'm only one person. And I'm doing all of this by myself. And they think it's easy. It's not. The streets are constantly saying, oh, she got a lot of money. She got this. No, I don't. Because all my money goes to bills. I barely get a chance to even take care of myself. Luckily, I was blessed recently to take care of myself. And that's what I've been doing. Because I've been neglecting myself for this business. Now, getting back to these stars, I need people to understand the responsibility I took on, okay? When these music artists decide to help me, to help my son, okay, pretty much it was a fair trade. They helped me, I helped them. Okay, granted, I haven't got the full benefit of what they've given me to help, because I'm not out there doing touring. Every time I try to, like with my ex-significant other, I told him I have to prepare for tour. I have to prepare for shows. I have to prepare for all of this stuff. And he looked at me like I was crazy because he doesn't know the business. Okay? People contacted me, hey, we want you to perform. We want you to do this. We want you to do that. And he's looking at me like, okay, if money is not involved, you can't do it. So how am I supposed to get bigger if I can't do it? Okay, then they start calling me for radio shows, but most of the stuff is in New York because that's where I come from. So, of course, they're going to be the first ones to want to promote me. I can't go. Some of them was even willing to send for me. We'll pay for your plane ticket. But I can't go. Why? Because I have a child that's in school and I live a stabilized life. People have been holding me back from what I'm doing to gain more money. And they don't realize it. How they're hurting me. I look at it as they really don't care. They don't really want to be successful. So they don't want me to be successful. They don't want to understand the business. Now I got companies like that decided to help me once the word, like I said, once the word got out and I put out there, I'm trying to build a music label to help the youth, and then I can be that business of trial basis before they go out and try to sign, because a lot of these music labels have signed people not knowing what their, how can I put it, what they really was or what they really about. Okay, they sign these people, they get on drugs, they don't want to work. Y'all see the movies, all the stuff that go on in the music industry. And it don't be because the music label is mean to them. It be because they have got themselves caught up in stuff that they shouldn't even get caught up in because they're waiting on being called to do a show and make some money. So they decide they want to use drugs, get high, do all of these negative things, and they don't realize that it will mess up what they got going on in the music industry. When it comes to the music industry, you don't really make any money unless you're on a tour or on a stage. My people keep holding me back with the nonsense one way or another. Now, getting back to all the companies that helped me. I love you guys and I thank y'all for being patient because I'm going through a lot. These people are taking me through pure HELL, okay? RCA, Sony, YMCMB, G-Unit, 50 Cent, Bad Boys, Maybach Music. All you guys, I just want to say thank you once again. I know I tell you I thank you a whole lot. But I don't want y'all to feel like I'm not doing my part. I'm trying, but I'm only one person. Now that y'all have given me love and power, Charlotte, North Carolina is going to help me build Private Friend Incorporated. So that way now I can do the things that I need to do to make this business go to the next level. The people that I have on my side, they don't understand, so they quick to say, oh, it's nonsense. Oh, I don't have time for this. Oh, I don't want to be bothered with this because they're not getting a paycheck. Okay? So I was instructed to get a job where I know I can make the money to not only pay for my bills, but pay the salary or the hourly wages to help people, to help myself gain employees, put it like that, to help myself gain employees. And that's what Charlotte is working on with me, trying to help me get to that next level because the people in my life are no good, and that's just the bottom line. Okay? And I'm still doing this by myself. But because they don't understand, they want to put you down. They want to hurt the business. When they don't realize how real this really is. I'm putting together some things outside of the Diamond Way. I'm still trying to run the Diamond Way. I'm still trying to be a mother. I'm still trying to go to school. I'm still trying to go to work, on the weekends, and still trying to survive. Throughout all of this, I'm I'm a woman, and they say we're super women. Some of us women, because we put a lot on our plate and we make it happen. But it becomes overwhelming, especially when people are hurting your business because they don't understand. Hopefully this summer, I say hopefully, with the faith of God, the grace of God, that He helps me get through my schooling, and get into the community the way I need to be into the community to make the money to debut my first performance here in Charlotte this summer. That's my plans. But I need help. I need help. I can't do it by myself. I just can't. I'm only one person. And I'm calling out. I noticed that Butterfingers from Power 98, me and him had touched bases when I first got here. We talked on the phone, and I told him about becoming my DJ because I loved the way he DJ'd when I first came here. I took notice of him first, and he knows it's coming. He knows. How long is it going to take me? I don't know, because I'm only one person. So I'm trying, and everybody that I bring aboard with me, they want to do things their way after unstudied for the last 10 years on how this thing goes, and they want to run things their way, and put me in a faulty status because they don't know what they're doing, instead of saying, okay, what have you learned? So I can really help you. They want to do things their way. So it's hard for me to get things done the way it's supposed to be. Y'all may see me volunteer and help some other artists. But my main factor... Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention Interscope. My main factor is these big music labels that help me. I represent each and every one of them. So, with that being said, being that I represent each and every one of them, I help the artists when needed. They call me when they need help. Okay? And when they call me, it's because they really need the help. Y'all wonder why y'all hear my names in these songs. Now, some artists feel like, okay, hey, they doing it, so I'm going to do it too. But you're not in on this. So, technically, I'm not supposed to be helping you. I'm doing it voluntarily to help you. When J. Cole and Boss made the Jackie, they was afraid. because they knew they wasn't in on this. This is why Diddy had to stand in and say, hey, help them. Because, yeah, Diddy helps me. Diddy has given my face and my name lights. For many years. So why wouldn't I return that favor? Okay, so I just want to bring that to the table. Now, I don't know if y'all seen, I went on Facebook, I helped the baby. I don't have to help the baby. Because he wasn't initially in the midst of what was designed from the beginning. The reason why I help him is because he came out of Charlotte. But until he stands before me, just like the rest of these rappers that be here in Charlotte, he would not get a full 100% from me. Only reason why I helped him yesterday is because Butter said to help him. And Butter is who I'm going to be working with. So people need to understand that. Don't put stress on me. Because I don't owe you anything. Instead of you coming to me from the beginning, you chose not to. You chose to jump over my head and go with Interscope. Granted, yes, Interscope is on my list, but you was not initially in that list. Just like when 50 put out Pop Smoke, they wanted me to market Pop Smoke. For what? He was not initially in that list. I do what I'm supposed to do with the initial people that I made the agreement with. Okay? That's what I do. You're not going to put more on me. Because I'm doing this by myself. Now, if you come to me and say, hey, can you help out with this? I don't have a problem with that. But you're not going to put more on me than what I can bear. Because God don't put more on me than I can bear. Because when things are getting tight on this side, God deletes it. And that's the way it works on my side. I just want to throw that out there. Y'all saw me help Diddy. So y'all think y'all could just keep throwing these artists at me. No, it don't work that way. And I need to get that clarified. I signed an initial agreement with certain people. For those that's familiar with ASCAP, look in ASCAP and see who I'm attached to. Those are the people that I put time and work for. Not all these other people. But the reason I gave it to J. Cole and Boss is because they called my name. And I was honored. So y'all need to understand that. Y'all see me give it to French Montana. He was in the initial setup. Now, when y'all see me do these younger artists, it's because I volunteer and I choose to. I'm not the whole industry. Okay? I just want to throw that out there. You love me, I love you. That's the way it works. If I choose to. Now, y'all notice, what's his name? Oh, Dirk. I never even knew he took notice to me like that. Okay? But that's what this music does. You know, people take notice to you. And that's how you become very popular. You know, I forgot the radio station that had contacted me years ago about me, the song I had with Drake, and oh Lord, how can I forget my boy name? Lord Jesus, y'all see what this stuff is doing to me? Oh my God, Future. I'm sorry, Future. I know you like, what the hell? But the song with me, Future, and Drake, a radio station had contacted me out in Chicago. It's like, we want that. And I gave it to them. So I take it that's how Little Dirk heard about me, you know. And he wanted to jump on the bandwagon, which was fine. Because I like the way he's doing business. He owns his own trucking business, you know. So this is why I help, you know. Because he works. You know, and I take pride in helping the youth when they are trying to do something positive to help their families long term, and not just waiting for a tour to come about in order for him to survive. By him helping me, took more notice for more retail companies to open their eyes to me and open their eyes to them. So it all works hand in hand. So when I see you doing great things, of course I'm going to help you. When I see you in a positive light and see you working hard, I'm going to help you. That's just what it is. But that doesn't mean I'm going to help everybody just because you call my name. DMX. I want to put him out there too. Rough Riders. He was one that was initially set in the first agreement. I contacted DMX when I was in Maryland and he was in the Carolinas. He was in South Carolina at the time. DMX came down here. I would say a year before he passed away. Did we speak? No. He wasn't going to do the Buffalo thing when he just ran up on, pulled up on me, you know. Because now I'm older. I have a mate. Men know how to respect other men. But I knew he was here. So I wanted to throw that out there as well. I took pride in what DMX did by giving the word of God to the kids. And when he came here, that told me he wanted me to keep going. Keep giving the word of God to these kids. And this is what I do. So I need y'all to understand that. I mean, I give it to them anyway, you know. And I tell myself sometimes, you know what? I'm not telling them how to do this thing with God so they can be successful and be happy, because they don't listen anyway. But by him coming here, told me that I needed to keep going, regardless whether they believe or not, to keep going. Keep teaching them. And that's why I continue. Everything is God. I may not do it the way he does it, because y'all didn't even get it when he did it. My generation might have understood it, but the newer generation doesn't. Because a lot of and I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of the pastors do it wrong. And excuse me, by running all over the Bible, so it confuses the people. And that's one of the biggest problems. Why these people don't love God the way God should be loved, and respect God and give him the praise that he deserves, because they don't even understand what's being read. They can't comprehend it. So I try to break it down into the simplest form possible. But then they look at me as I'm crazy or I'm weird. But then they wonder how my life is I call it, I would say, precious, or loved, because I live a stable life and I try to follow the word of God on a daily basis, because God is definitely real, and he has gotten me this far in this business. This year right here is my year. This is the year that we do the turnover. This is the year that we step up on the ladder once again. I can't have nobody destroy that for me. Right at this moment, I need peace. Okay, and I'm just throwing that at y'all. I need peace. I need to finish school. I'm dealing with a daughter that's going through issues, mentally and physically, because of the things that went on in her life within this year and last year, due to me and her father's breakup. I'm going to just throw it there. I know I'm honest with everything. Then I'm trying to build another relationship so I can have somebody mentally to fall back on, because everybody needs somebody. Everybody keeps saying, well, why you brushing? Why you don't stay single? Because I can't. I need somebody to mentally fall back on. I need somebody to help me. I can't do this by myself. And that's just the bottom line, people. Y'all have to understand that. But what I've decided to do, I want to try to hire someone in the industry to physically help me. Because every time I get a mate, they don't correspond the proper way, so they can't be on my team. I'm just going to say it like that. They cannot be a part of my team. Maybe God will send me a husband that knows about the industry and is willing to learn the process of what I've brought to the table, and what I've designed. However, the mates that I'm meeting right now, they are not designed to be a part of my team. They're just designed to be a mate. That's it. I'm just giving it to y'all straight, A mate that I was dealing with, he has a business and he wanted to be in. That was his goal. He wanted to be a part of it. He wanted to build businesses and everything, but he's not designed to be a part of my business. So I would leave him to dealing with his business the way he wants to deal with his business, but he cannot be a part of me. He's not ready for what we do. Okay? And the dedication and the hard work that we put in. You know, and then you got some people that just want clout. You know, so they hang on just to get the clout. But they don't want to do no work. You know, and I get like when Meek Mill be flipping out. And he be like, nah, I was out here for 13, 15 years to get on. And you want to come in and live off my clout? No. I put too much work in. It was nights I went to bed hungry. No. And I get it because I'm like him. You ain't been through the stuff that I've been through. I lost my family members. My brother died. I was sick. All kind of stuff. I can go on for a good while about all of the stuff that happened in my life to get me to the point of where I am right now. For people to remember and for me to continue to have the power that I fought for all these years. So when Meek start getting online and he be flipping out, I get it. I understand completely. Keep talking your shit, Meek. I don't care. I get it. And the reason why I get it is because I'm like you. I put hard work in for 30 years. You only 15 or 13 years. I did this shit for 30 years and motherfuckers want to come and live off my clout. Who do you think you are? You didn't go through this pain. I get it. They may not get it. And this is why I'm talking about it now. But you got to put your work in. And if you're not going to put your work in, then start at the bottom like we did and go through everything we went through. And then you will understand. You know, just like my daughter's father. He didn't understand why I went online and pretty much embarrassed him and his family. Y'all been living off of my clout for the last 16 years. Not only my clout, my money, my family's life. And then on top of it, you embarrassed me. I had to return it. It might have seemed mean, but you needed to know what I was feeling every step of the way. On my family's name. This is real, people. Some people just cease to amaze me. And that's why I do some of the things that I do. I know y'all be saying sometimes, you know, Jackie crazy. She snap on you. But I snap for a reason. Because when you don't understand what you're doing to someone's name, my family name has been out here for a very, very long time. The Rodriguez, the Dowdys, we've been out here for a very, very long time, okay? And we hold a lot of weight, okay? Especially that Rodriguez name, okay? My grandmother was a Rodriguez and was a member of the Negro League. Okay? Not only was my grandmother married to a Hispanic, she was a native. My history goes back, but it's not that long ago because I was alive. I was with my great-grandmother. My great-grandmother would take me places with her to the church. People knew who I was. Because I was her kin. But I'm not going to allow you to embarrass my people's name. No. No, that won't happen. You're not going to live off of my family cloud. You're not going to do that. That my people put the work in. And that's what people fail to realize. Unless I feel like you're worthy. But you're not going to embarrass me. My grandmother was well loved in Harlem. She tipped her hat and walked through Harlem. She wasn't a drug dealer. Like they portray every black person to be on movies. She was a member that stood for the Negroes, for the black people that walked through Harlem. She worked with the Jews to help protect them. And I can tell more of the story, but it's going to be too much. But these are the facts. And they loved her. And I know they loved her because they loved me too. They put money in her pocket to help her family. They even put money in mine. This is why I'm able to do and say the things that I say today. Because even though I was the great grandbaby, they loved me too. And I'm not going to allow people to live off of that clout if they're not doing things the right way. Because those people did things the right way. And I will continue to work these businesses and try to do things the right way and learn as I go. But I'm not going to let you destroy it. My family name is on it. Their soul is on it. When you come to my house, I have all my family on my fireplace mantle. That's the first place everybody go. And they're like, well, who's these people? It's my family. Yeah, they dead, but that's still my family, and they name holds weight, even though they're dead. That's why I tell people, watch what you do. Because your family name, good or bad, is going to hold weight. If you's a bad person and was out here doing bad stuff, and the communities know about it from state to state, no matter where you go, they're going to be like, yeah, that's these people's people. And it could be in the DNA, so we watching you. That's the way it works. See, my grandmother was a good person, but we got some bad people in our family, and they know that already. But my grandmother taught me what to do. So not only am I working for you guys, I'm working for her too. And that's what y'all need to understand. But I'm only one person. I have no other choice but to finish school. In order for me to get the money that I need to run this nonprofit the proper way, I have to finish school. I can't have the stress. I can't have the nonsense. Now, I hope somebody take it from here. Because Private Friend Incorporated will pretty much be closed until I'm done with school. Unless somebody's going to put a check in my hand. A big check. And that's just the bottom line. If nobody's coming with a big check and say, hey, Ms. JJ, I like what you're doing. I like Private Friend Incorporated. Get this thing going. Here's a big check. Do what you got to do. If there's nobody doing that, I need to finish school. Because I have to keep going. Because this business is going to go from me to my kids and their kids. The same way my grandmother passed down her power to me. Even if we don't have money, we still have the power. But I got to make sure that they know, my kids know this. They have to be taught. Just the same way I was taught by my grandmother. That would be Armatine Rodriguez. She was actually born as a Barnes, but she married Emmanuel Rodriguez and had 2 kids. I have to keep going. And I need y'all to understand that. My family name is on this. This is not a game. Oh, this is all I have to say right now. I need to put that out there because, I got people that's telling me that y'all lives is a bunch of nonsense and, and they don't even know what we agreed upon. Oh, it's not right. This is how she gets sales and, this is the other rappers and I can't even get sales the way she gets sales. Well, I'm attached to all these people. I put my work in. That's what y'all don't understand. All of this is based on history. Because one day I will be in the history books. Y'all take these things as a joke. It's not a joke. And I don't want to go in the history books as a bad nonprofit. Just like whether y'all know it or not, y'all don't hear much about Lil Wayne and Birdman and them nonprofit. But they in the history books in Philly. In the schools. You never know when a person is writing a book about your business or talking about what you do because they like what you do and they're putting it in a book to teach someone else. And you out here doing nonsense and you attached to me. I'll never forget my girl Rebecca from Philly. her kids came home from school, one of her sons, and he was doing his homework. And he came to me. He knew I was a rapper. And he said, what do you know about Lil Wayne? So I told him what I knew. And he said, oh, you know a lot about Lil Wayne because we are doing a book report on him. I said, a book report? How you doing a book report? Not knowing that he was in the book. And it was about his nonprofit that they started in Florida. And that was in Philly. Did Lil Wayne know this? Maybe not. But it's public information. So it doesn't matter whether he knew it or not. They could teach their kids about the process and what he went through because his life is public. It gave me a whole different level of respect for him. Where I know he wanted to keep making music and stuff, but I was like, if y'all notice, I don't market Lil Wayne. Reason why I don't market him is because you're supposed to be sitting on your throne. You shouldn't even be working. You put your work in. You put enough work in to be in history books in the school. I'm trying to get to where you are. I know he probably saying, why she don't help market me? I was the first one to like her nonprofit. Because you're supposed to be a king on your throne at this point. And then you have sicknesses. You need to take care of yourself. You put all that work in it and put your mind, body, and soul through all of this stuff to get to this point. It's time for you to rest. That's why. You want to know why? That's why. I know music is everything you know and you love. And you're like, oh, I get that urge, because it's actually quiet as kept. Making music is an addiction. Okay? Every now and again, I get that urge too. That I just got to make a song. I didn't know it was so addicting. But it is. And I get it. But you need to now sit on your throne. Because you've done it. You've put yourself in the history books. And I'm trying to grow up and be not like you, but similar. Because we all do things differently, so you never, have the same stories, of course. But we all stand for the same thing, and that's for the people. So I say that to say, people need to understand why I am so serious about what I do. What you may call nonsense, it's not nonsense to me. Because I know where I'm headed. And that's just the bottom line. I've even threw on the politicians to become a part of them as well. That'll be a little bit later down the line. Because I still want to help the people. But this is just the facts, people. And I didn't start this dream. I'm a dream chaser. But I didn't start this dream. My grandmother did. And I had to sit back and recognize it. I just had to keep it going. I had to keep it going. And when my son came to me with the music, that was my key. Here we go again. They finding a way for me to keep it going. And so forth and so on. If y'all notice, my little junior, he is the next. No. He's third generation in. He's going to be the one to keep it going. Once all of us got old and can't do it no more. This is why he needed to be with me, so he can learn. And I think he knew. I really think he knew. Like, you know, it's strange. You know how people talk about reincarnation? I've never really believed in reincarnation. But I was saying to myself, like, was this kid here before? Because I'm trying to tell y'all, when I made that song, number one spot, the remake of Ludacris song, and every time I made the song and deleted it and restarted it, this dude wanted to grunt in the song, and I kept telling him, stop, Junior, stop. And then I would delete it and start it again. As soon as he heard that beat drop, and I'm like, stop. He felt like he needed to be in the song. And I said, you know what? I'm going to let it go. I'm releasing it just like that. And I know Ludacris is going to be like, well, what the hell? What the hell did JJ do? But that was it. He needed to be, he felt like he needed to be in the song. That's going to be his way to tell people 30 years from now, that's me in a song with my grandma, grunting when I was a baby. And he knew. I don't know what my grandma doing, but I know I need to be a part of it. You see how God works? I recorded that song like 8 times. And he did it each and every time until I said, just forget it. I'm going to release it like this. I even tried to take it out. Take it out, it wouldn't go out. I couldn't. I was trying to make it smaller and smaller. And you can still hear that. I said, oh, Lord. I said, I'm going to just leave it. So there's a reason why God wants him in it. I didn't understand then, but I understand now. Well, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. I have to get off of here and get to school, do my schooling, and those that's baby fans, the baby, he'll be out in Greensboro today, performing, so y'all can still get your tickets from Ticket Event. So y'all check him out. And y'all see me soon. I mean, people see me in the community every single day because it's real. I'm out in the communities every single day. Every day, I'm out in the communities, so people know who I am in the communities. On my end, you got some music artists that they via internet, and that's how they come up. However, my life is real. I go out into the communities. There's more people that know me about the nonprofit than the music. Just to throw that out there. And now I'm tying Diamond Way to that. So I touch bases with people every single day. Every single day I meet a new face. I'm going to get off of here and get myself together. I thank y'all for listening. I'm sorry that I had to come off, if I came off harsh. But I need people to understand, what we're doing here. I even had people say that they thought I was doing something illegal. How when the government is attached? Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. But anyway, I gotta go. I love you guys. I'll be back to get with y'all soon. Give me about 2 or 3 months. Because I have to finish school. Unless, like I said, unless somebody come with a big check, there's nothing I can do for anyone right now until I take care of me. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon. This is Jackie, Miss JJ Diamond, Deja, Jacqueline Richardson, whatever y'all call me. Talk to y'all soon.